It was a primordial age of ice and twilight. Here creatures battled for dominance over the warmest regions. A few touches of these ancient races remain today. Races such as dragons and dragon ogres battled for dominance over the icy realm, while proto-races of what we now know as elves, humans and dwarfs existed but in a completely different form. From beyond the stars, on bright silvery ships they came, a race of beings of near omnipotence and majesty, ruling a cosmos-spanning empire. Upon this rock we know as the Warhammer world they descended. They were the Old Ones. The advancement of the Old Ones is beyond the ken of mere mortals. They saw no difference between science and magic, and were beyond such simplistic categorical differences. They could traverse worlds in a single step through portals linking their empire. However, there was one small blue planet that captured their attention, in which they saw the potential for some of their greatest works. This one. The Old Ones, using their power, shifted this world of ice to be closer to the sun. They also set up stellar gates at each pole of the planet, so they could quickly access it. The next stage of the Old Ones' plan was the realignment of the tectonic plates, from the single mega-continent revealed by the retreat of the ice sheets. The Old Ones set into motion a plan that would see the formation of entirely new lands and seas, making the world conform to an established pattern compatible with their ends. This realignment would take many millennia, none other than the Old Ones themselves knowing its final form or purpose. The Old Ones then created the Slan as servants. The Slan were the only ones that could survive being in the presence of the Old Ones. They would enact the plans of the Old Ones and carry out their will. Next came the Saurus, who would be the warriors, driving back the primordial beasts that were not a part of the Old Ones' plan. And then came the Skinks to be overseers and technicians who would direct the great beasts of burden to help build the temple cities. The temple cities were no mere place of residence, but were linked together to intensify the great power of the Slan and the Old Ones. They formed a geomantic web which gave even the Slan power to move continents. However, rumblings of danger came from the gates, beings from beyond who the Old Ones had always struggled to control. Sensing this, the Old Ones started working on other races, though whether they were already part of the plan or for the battles that were surely to come, none would ever know. Elves, dwarfs, men, and the half-finished halflings and ogres were created by the Old Ones. Then it was that the great catastrophe happened. The portals that the Old Ones created were destroyed. Meteors of pure warpstone hurtled forth onto the planet. The world was covered in dust left up by them. The oceans boiled, great rifts were carved into the earth. Where once there was a great gateway, now there was only a great glowing sickly green moon. Horrible creatures were twisted into existence, and worst of all, the architects of this newly morphed verdant world, the Old Ones, had disappeared. If you are interested in this primordial time, do not worry. A video will be made at some point explaining more of the great battles of this age. The Old Ones have gone beyond the knowledge of anyone living, and are now venerated as gods by the lizardmen. Through their great plaques created by their servants, we know some of their names and associations. Here is a nowhere near comprehensive list, as a full list of their names will never and can never be known, as many plaques and names have been forgotten in the mists of time. Tlanksa, a great and powerful Old One who rode to war in a great sky chariot, and embodies the warlike nature of the lizardmen. Ketli, who is referred in the prophecy of Salo as the protector of the true way and is a known warrior god. Sotil has a temple city named after him, like many of the Old Ones, and it is he who picks out those who are destined for great things. Itzel is the ruler of beasts of cold blood and has 3 horns. He is not venerated in cities but in temples deep within the jungles. Sacrifices to him are tied up and left for the great beasts under his blessing to brutally feed upon. Not much is known of Tzunki, however this Old One has close associations with water. Lizardmen blessed by him are more suited for aquatic purposes and may have gills or webbing. The predator Caxoten may be considered to be associated with hunter and beasts, as he is said to stalk the jungles, and wherever he goes by, all become silent as the grave. Tepok is representative of sacred places and air. He is a mighty and mysterious feathered serpent who offers protection from magic. His followers are said to be aloof and mysterious, much like Tepok himself. Holanka is even more mysterious than most of his kin and rarely worshipped. He is known as the Lost, and for good reason. He is said not to hear the prayers of the lizardmen, and it is the belief of the Slann that he is on an all but impossible mission from the beginning of time, and that one day he might return. Tlazcoatl is known as the Impassive One. This can be seen by his yellow-tinged followers among the Saurus blessed by him. They are as immovable as the very mountains of Lustria, and sights which would drive others to insanity do not faze them in the slightest. He is cold, patient and unresponsive. One fascinating Old One deity is known as Rig. She is fascinating as she is always referred to in the feminine form, and is worshipped by the Amazons. There is a single glyph which refers to her being the mother of Caliph. However, who or what Caliph is unknown, or possibly unknowable. The Amazonians worship her as a fiery red-headed woman. 9 feet in height, she is the goddess of blood, warfare and violent death. We now come to Huanchi, the Jaguar God. He is also a god of predators and stalking. Those blessed by Huanchi can move through the roughest of jungle with incredible ease and can move nearly unseen. In fact, skink priests of Huanchi exclusively use the law of shadows. The sun deity Chotek is a god of great power and majesty. He gives warmth and vigor to his followers who are bedecked in shining gold and have an orange hue. Every temple city holds a pyramid to Chotek. The largest of his pyramids is in the temple city ruled over by the great Slann Mazdamundi, known as Hexotl, the City of the Sun. Not much is known of Shoka, however what is known is that he is the arbiter of duty, giver of strength, and is the spirit of stone. The mysterious Yumak is said to be the messenger of the gods, and will one day return to the world to bring word of the Old Ones. Another warrior god is Kextel, who is known as the Protector. Those who worship him include the temple guard, whose duty it is to watch over the Slann. Possibly the most fascinating of the gods is Sotek. Many of the Slann did not believe in the existence of Sotek, as he was only referenced on a single plaque, and was disregarded by most. However, when the lizardmen were in dire need, his prophet Tehenuen took hidden plaques from Chakwa and the sacrificial blade and led his people out in a massive skink migration. He was venerated in a way that only the Slann usually are. He and his followers held a massive sacrificial ritual in which blood flowed like rivers. This ritual was so potent that the coming of Sotek was indeed foretold by a twin-tailed comet. Sotek is the snake god and another god of war. In a battle between the Skaven of Clan Pestilence and the Lizardmen, it is said that he himself appeared with an army of snakes to drive out the Ratmen and push them back into the sea. There are some old ones about whom we know nothing other than their names. They are Inhemex, Yuxa, Sapati, Konalsa, Potek and Querchi. Maybe some plaques or glyphs might be discovered in the future, or perhaps they will be forever obscured by the fog of history. The impact that the Old Ones left on the Warhammer world is incalculable. Without them, none of our favourite races would inhabit our favourite fantasy setting. There would be no mysterious elves of any kind whose magic enthralls us. No doughty dwarfs who embody the very nature of endurance and pride that is an inspiration to us all. No gluttonous ogres whose bulk we love to see smash their enemy armies like 9 pins. No races of man who their steadfast defiance in this world make them nigh undestroyable. No lizardmen whose scaly hides are beautiful in the many hues that we paint them. Yes, their impact is wide and varying, and we owe these strange interstellar godlike beings a great debt. So whenever your army wins on the battlefield, give thanks to the Old Ones, because without them, we would have no game at all. This was the first episode for our Warhammer Fantasy Lore series. What did you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and let's start a bit of a discussion, especially if you have any thoughts or critiques on how we should play this series out. Right now, we don't have an official schedule, but it's more than likely that videos will release on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at this time, which is 9 PM British Standard Time. But with that, my friends, we come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various different social media links such as Facebook, Instagram and Discord, where you can get in contact with the Great Book team. Also in the description section below is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Using our special link and also the special code, which is also in the description below, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A special thank you to Bertsche and Gibraltar LUSC for subscribing to us at our fame level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule and VSVasan for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you guys enough. The money earned from Patreon is going directly back into the channel, slowly upgrading little bits and bobs, just trying to get to a higher level of content for you guys. And a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing and commenting on these videos. The support has been insane lately, and honestly, we can't be more than excited. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.